Hello everyone and good morning. Oh dear. We are gonna have to change out of our summer weather gear, I think, when we get to our loading point this morning. We're kicking off by going over to West Bromwich, where we're gonna be loading up for a bit of a nostalgic trip. As a youngster, I always used to go with my dad in the truck, and back when he was on containers, we used to make the daunting, epic 4.5 hours trip down to Felixstowe, and that's what we're going to be doing today. The roads have improved. There's been major junction improvements at Catthorpe and things like that, so it shouldn't hopefully be as long of a trip. We'll be going all the way across to the east coast with some steel, and as you can see by the look of the conditions outside, we're going to have to sheet it up. We was going to have to sheet it up anyway because it's all got some form of coating on or something, so we was going to sheet it up regardless. Let's hope we just don't get too wet doing it and we can do it inside, eh? Oh dear. Time to get the trousers out, I think, for the first time in well over a month. Well, you're gonna have to go pretty far back to find the last time we was trucking in the rain. Well, proper rain like this anyway, at least. Let's hope it's not a sign that summer's gone, eh? Apparently they forecast another return of the heat wave. We just have to play it by ear. I'm glad I've got my belt. We're gonna need the trousers. Oopsie. Looks like someone's had a bit of fun on that roundabout. Alright guys, that warning was just the air pressure low because we've used so much air pressure to fill all the bags up after compressing them down with all the weight we've put on. I think it's about 25 tonne worth of bundled up bars of metal. If you imagine like Wrigley's chewing gum sized, a bit thicker than that actually, just long strips of steel. Better put my belt on in case everyone moans. We're off-road anyway. What was I going to say? What an absolutely painstakingly slow load that was. I am exhausted. It was just soul destroying, to be honest. Nothing that could be done about it. It was just that much things needed to be done to each pack before they put them on. They had to put a sling around each individual pack, then they picked up 2 packs, and then they had to spray them with this, I said oil earlier, it's like it's like a water resistance kind of spray. I think it's like WD-40, to be honest, just so if anything does get on here, it will easily be dried off by the WD-40 or whatever. I think that's what it is anyway. It smells just like it. So, and to make matters even worse, it's been 4.5 hours since we got here, and now we're pulling on a weighbridge where we have to wait to be weighed out, and then they have to put an extra label on the last pack, and then we can finish off strapping up the back of the load. So we've had to sheet it up as well. I meant to say sheet it. So, oh no, I knew I'd spotted oil somewhere. Goodness me guys, look at this. I didn't see it till I've just walked round the cab and noticed some grease on the side of my diesel tank. I've only put these on today. I want to go and borrow some of that WD-40, try and get some of this grease off. And we've still got 4.5 hour drive or so down to Felixstowe now with it all. And then we've got to take it all off. And then I hope they haven't got to individually take each bundle of steel off. Because we was planning on going down and picking up a load of tiles to come back up with tomorrow. Or even today, but I mean, I accept I'm not the quickest at sheeting anyway, but because of the nature of the load, I could have, in theory, would have had to wait till the last packs were done before even starting to load. But so what I've done, I've just improvised and done it as I've gone along. As they've been loading it, I've been rolling it out, and I've managed to keep up with him pretty much, because it was taking, well, as you've just heard, it's 4 hours 20 minutes we've been here now. I have got no idea what kind of mess I'm in. I'm assuming I'm just a sweaty heap of dirt at the moment. Look at that. So I'm going to go and try and get cleaned off. I will try and show you the load in a bit when we're on the way down, because no doubt we might have to stop and tidy it up a bit. Alright then, we are just below 40 tonnes and we're finally on our way after another half an hour sorting out paperwork and finishing off that last bit of sheeting on the back. We had to get some extra timbers as well. This stuff's being exported to Australia, and it wasn't until he's told me that I've decided to clamp down a bit on what I'm showing you. I don't think I'm going to show you the load, to be honest, in the video, just in case there's any rules and stuff about showing you the loads and that. So all I can say is it's going to Felixstowe docks, and it's going to be exported out there to Sydney, Australia. So it's nice to know that something on our Cinderella's back is going all the way around to the other side of the world. Just keep an eye on that Euro car parts guy. But yeah, so just for the security of the load and things like that, and probably being overcautious, but I'm not going to show you the sheeting and roping and everything like that, so I am very sorry about that. Oh, he was still indicating right. So we just round the corner from the M5. We're going to be getting up on the M5. I've heard briefly the travel reports, and I think they were saying there was something going on up near Stoke, which we're not going that way, thankfully. I don't know whether they said there was an accident or something, but if there has been a bad accident today, along with any other day, thoughts to anyone involved. So we're just going to be heading now to Felixstowe docks. Like I said earlier, reminiscent of when I was a child going with my dad in the Leyland Road train. That's what a truck he had back in the day. I don't know where you're going. I think you're carrying on. That's it. Oh, the good thing about this angle is you can see a bit more of me driving as well. Instead of like down here, when you're up there you can see the gear changes and stuff, I should imagine. So you can see that it's not just sitting on my bum. It's quite hard. I mean, what do I say? It's not super hard work. I'm only changing gears, but it's a little bit more than just putting it in drive and putting my foot down. But I love it. And if you haven't already seen it, I did a trailer thought video on doing the gear changes and stuff like that. So if you look in the trailer thought playlist, there's a one on manual driving 3/3, I think it was called. Look at this bit of a cluster truck getting on. Looks like there's been an accident here this morning. Bit of a Seat Leon smashed up. These people are still in shock at seeing a car that had a crash by the looks. Surely he'll soon put his foot down though when he sees me coming past them. So it's on to Felixstowe now, guys. What a long morning it's been. Slow down, Cinders. Oh well. Oh look, I can do more than 50 now. Isn't it great that you follow them for 5 miles and as soon as you get to the inside, oh no, I can go quicker now. Never mind. See you later, Mazda. So it's another rare occasion for us continuing down the M6 onto the A14, going underneath the Catthorpe interchange. Just going under the slip road that goes onto the M1 South. Now we're going underneath the actual M1 South, I believe. There. And before we went beneath the M1 was the slip road to join the M1 North. Now if I remember correctly, the A14 can't get onto the M1 South, can it? Oh, I can't remember now without looking. It's that rare we go down that way. Normally we go down to London, then we'll go down on the M1. But yes, it was kind of trying to work against my natural instinct to go left there and go down the A14, the M1, sorry. And luckily, all that rain seems to have blown away, and it looks like it's going to be a lovely sunny trip down. There's one at Pentalvers. I wonder if it's my friend over on Instagram, Griffin Harry. Folsey. I think it's the one we passed the other day. Well, ages ago in a vlog, I should say, not the other day. And the roadworks are still ongoing down here. I don't know whether they're building a new A14 altogether or just new stuff in general, I don't know. I don't come here often enough to know what's happening, but I know it's been happening for an age, to say the least. But I'm guessing they're working on widening it perhaps. But the nightmare continues anyway. At least we're moving. We're doing 30, the speed limit's 40 through these roadworks, so at least we're not at a standstill. We're just coming up towards Cambridge now, where we're going to veer off. The M11 heads down to London, and we're going to continue heading eastbound around the north of Cambridge, continuing our quest to Felixstowe. Looks like we're going to be having a night out tonight. And oh, what I forgot to do yesterday, one of the admin guys in one of the groups that I'm in just requested if I could give him a quick mention in one of the vlogs. I don't know whether you're going to be a part of it already, but if you'd like to join a group of like-minded people, UK Haulage Photography, if you look for them on Facebook, there's no drama in the group, it's just people sharing pictures they've took of lorries and some good snaps and interesting locations and whereabouts, and people spotting them on motorways and stuff like that. So if you're interested in truck photography, go and have a look for UK Haulage Photography on Facebook. I'll put a link to it down below in the description. And that's not sponsored, by the way. Forgive me if I'm waffling on a lot today. I'm a bit, I don't know whether I'm a bit nervous, a bit anxious. I don't know, I just feel like wanting to talk a lot today. So forgive me for putting too much waffling in today's video. But my dad's just phoned me to tell me about the Orwell Bridge, and bear that one in mind. But I've never been across it, I don't think. I think I may have been to Felixstowe once, way back in the day. I seem to recall one of the areas that we go into. Whether we have or not, I don't know. It might come back to me when we're down there, but I don't remember going across a big bridge when we used to go with my dad, so there's still gaps in my memory. It's a nice little valve out. This is empty. Nice to know Cinders can put them behind us, even though we've got 40 tonne on, or we're 40 tonne altogether. I haven't shut up on the way down here. Oh god, it's gonna be quite awkward trying to find out what I've got to splice into today's vlog, I tell you, because I've not half been waffling on. I don't know whether I've been a bit anxious or not, but ain't half been waffling on. Anyway, it's been a decent drive down. We got a bit of traffic around Cambridge and around Newmarket. Still roadworks there. There's some roadworks on the M6, obviously, you've already saw those. And yes, it looks like we're going to be getting there around about 25 past 2, so it's going to be a case of rushing to try and get tips as quick as we can. And I mean, I have no idea. Why is that? That was strange. Could have swore there was a worn out arrow then saying this lane to turn left. But yeah, what was I going to say? It depends how they unload me, but I'm hoping they can just unload it quick, because we've got to try and get a backload on the back of our Cinders. And I don't know whether the gods are that desperate for me to get it loaded today that if I don't get it loaded I'll be running back. He kind of hinted to it. The way they was talking, it was almost a case of if I don't get it loaded today, they'll just run me back up empty. But I don't know what the crack is. I know he wants me to try and get loaded, and I'll endeavour to do my best to get loaded. It's just been a bit of a nasty run of events this morning, and there was nothing anyone could do about it. So we're gonna get down to Felixstowe, get our gear off as quick as we can, and then just chuck the sheets at the front. If they're going to unload me quick, I won't bother folding them up. I'll just chuck them to the front of the truck, strap them down, and then sort them out when we get around the corner, because we're loading pretty much around the corner from where we're tipping. Steady on, Cinders. Yeah, we're going to be up against it. We're just going to have to wait and see how busy this place is when we get there, whether we can get tips straight away, and if we're going to make it to go and get our slabs on time. So it's all in the hands of fate. We're going to do our best to try and steer our fate positively. We shall see. The main memories I have of Felixstowe was the transport caff that I used to finally be able to come out and stretch my legs and go to the toilet and stuff. Trinity Park, that name rings a bell, yeah. And I think this is actually where the calf used to be. Look at those cranes there. Absolute monoliths. Yeah, I remember this sweeping road now. I thought I had to stay in the right hand lane there, my bad. I think it's following it round. I think there used to be a pub here. When we used to stop the night here, I think we used to walk up into the little town over behind us there. I think the transport calf's down there on the right. Maybe, maybe not. And just to answer Gary's comment, he thought when I exited Cardiff the other day on the last vlog but one, thought I'd run a red light, but if you look a bit closely, you can see there was a green left turn arrow. So the main traffic lights were on red, but I could turn left. And trust me, I'd been there long enough to hear everyone beeping the horns to know that it's on a separate cycle. So right, let's go find out where we're going to get tipped, shall we? Speak to you in a bit, guys. Oh my goodness, guys. We are empty. And I don't know if you can see on there, but we are absolutely filthy. And borderline exhausted. I've never got all those sheets off so quick in my life. My heart's still going so fast. 4.5 hours to load, and by the time I got all my gear off and everything, we was barely inside there an hour. And I haven't even put everything away. My sheet is just on top of the bearers at the back. I've got it strapped down still and secure, but I've got to tidy it up. I had a chance to fold up one strap before they started tipping me. And oh goodness. Here's the calf and the garage. Oh, it's all changed. Unless it's the same porter cabin when I was a kid. Oh. We spoke to the gods. We had 6 missed calls off the gods trying to catch up with what's going on, but I ain't got time to answer the phone. I'd got it left in the air. I didn't get a chance to answer it. But we phoned him just before we left. He's letting them know that we're on our way. And now it's going to be rush to get in here now and get loaded. The port of Felixstowe itself is over there. That's the yeah, I remember that one. I was hoping to show you more of the docks itself, but I don't really think we're going to be able to see much. The main cranes that we saw earlier for the container ships, there to our right, you won't be able to see. Alright guys, my phone has just dropped off the windscreen for the 19th time in the last minute or two. So it's staying there for the remainder of the journey. We are leaving now. It's 10 to 6. We started today's shift at 25 to 6 this morning. And yeah, it took a bit of a while to load, to be honest. Not as bad as this morning, but all it is, it's One or two of the tiles had broken, so I just had to get them to replace them, that's all. Replace the packs. So, let's see if we can get out before the cars. Lovely. See if I can remember the way back out of here. I think it was left, wasn't it? Should be signposted anyway. Oh dear. Yes, so we've been there about 2.5 hours, so to say. Can't remember exactly what time we got there, to be honest. We was too hot, sweaty and panicky. But the main thing is we loaded. And that was not very clever, was it, Mr. Volkswagen? Surprisingly busy place. Now I can't remember, did we come? No, we didn't go that way. Yes we did. Oh damn it. Oh we are, the A14. Maximum speed. What? Drive on the left. National speed limit. It's for everyone coming off the ferries, obviously, I knew that, but it was a bit confusing because I thought it was another kind of restriction. Oh dear goodness me. So that's it, we're on the A14 now. That's as much navigation as we need for now, all the way up till the M42. Better look at what driving we're on actually. Oh no, 4 hours 50 minutes driving, so we've got till our working time runs out. Good bit of news is the fact that we had a bit of a break earlier. So we had a 3-hour break while we was waiting for them to finish loading the stuff, because once I got to the first bit of the headboard done, I couldn't do nothing until the whole rest of the load was on. So we had 3 hours then waiting for him to. Now it doesn't sound like it's a lot of a task to do, just put the slings around them and spray them all. But when you add it up that it's got to be done 28 times, I think it was, and the chap wasn't exactly a spring chicken. I mean that in the kindest possible way. But you know, he's got to take his time. It's not the easiest thing to do. But we are going to just run our time up now. We wanted to be tipping these in the morning at 7 o'clock, and I don't think it's going to happen. I'd have been able to tell you how far. It was saying about 3 hours. Wow, that BMW just put it in reverse in front of the lorry, panicking. Oh man. He accidentally slipped it in reverse. He must have stalled it or something. But we have loaded a heavier load than what we picked up earlier. 27 tons, I think they've estimated the weight. So we're going to be around 43 ton now, I should say. Now about 41, 42 ton, I think. It's too late in the day to be working it out exactly. Hence why a maritime truck is pulling away from us. Not for long now. Cinders will soon catch him up. Right, I'm going to end the vlog here, guys. It's going to be a late finish, and yeah, we're just going to see how far we get up, or I might just find somewhere in a minute to park up so we can start earlier in the morning. That might be the best bet of getting there closer to the time. Either way, guys, I'm sorry I haven't been out. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on right there, CJ. This is CJACEY from the future coming back to you, just to let you know that you got to have a bit of a bonus clip today, because you ended up having a blowout, didn't you? And not only did you end up having a blowout, you had a blowout somewhere you wasn't allowed to park for the night, even though you'd had a look on the Google Maps to try and find somewhere, and you found somewhere that wasn't plastered with double yellow lines. You failed to realise that there was parking signs everywhere. So now we're waiting for a repair in the morning. We've got a note in our window because the phone number that's given on the parking sign isn't open out of office hours. So I can't try and explain the situation to anyone. So we just got to wait and see. We've put a note in the window, should anyone come past in the night, explaining what's going on. All it was really, I pulled into one of the lay-bys, and I thought to myself, I'm on the A14, I'm in a lay-by, there's a very good chance I'm going to get my diesel pinched tonight. So we had a quick scout around, found this area, and I thought, hey, looks pretty good, it's just off the A14, let's give it a go. Until we got to the stinking site and seen all these signs everywhere. No parking, no parking. Never mind, eh? The joys of trucking. Catch you next time, guys.